"You're far too diminutive to serve as my protector," she quipped, moments before he repelled a dozen assailants. Axel's boots resonated across the gleaming metal deck as he neared the diplomatic suites on Nexus Station. The corridor throbbed with alien chatter concerning commerce lanes and boundary disagreements, yet his attention stayed riveted on the elaborate portal ahead. Ambassador Corvine had underscored the mission's gravity, albeit with deliberate ambiguity regarding its core purpose. The doorway glided open, unveiling a figure that momentarily stunned Axel, even after his extensive career. Arya stood with her back, studying shimmering holographic star charts that bathed her cerulean skin in ethereal blue light. Vibrant crimson hair flowed past golden-etched armor, a testament to her elevated status. Amber eyes, sweeping over him with undisguised disdain, declared, "You're far too diminutive to be my protector," her voice laced with the melodic cadence of Zephyrian aristocracy. Horn-like adornments gleamed as she tilted her head, accentuating her species' inherent stature. "I specifically requested someone who could match our adversary's physical prowess." Axel maintained a composed demeanor, though her skepticism bothered him. At 5'9", with a sturdy build, he grasped her apprehension. Zephyrian warriors typically stood 7 feet tall, possessing bone density rivaling tanks, yet past underestimation proved advantageous. "Ma'am, I've assessed your security blueprint. These looming threats necessitate cunning strategies, exceeding mere brawn." He indicated the star charts. "These peace talks encompass 12 distinct species, each boasting unique combat philosophies. Size is hardly the determining factor. Matter. If they orchestrate their assaults," Ariel's laugh possessed chilling coldness, spoken like someone unacquainted with a Korak berserker or Vex shadow dancer in battle. "My people have safeguarded themselves for ages independently of human intervention. Then why am I involved?" Her jaw clenched, betraying a fissure in her otherwise serene composure. "Political expediency, the Alliance demands human inclusion in security discussions." She navigated to her desk, graceful fingers flitting over holographic interfaces. "But know this, I shall not alter my agenda or procedures due to your shortcomings. If you fail to adapt to diplomatic exigency, request reassignment now." Axel scrutinized her actions, pinpointing the subtle rigidity in her posture and the prolonged glances at specific constellations. Apprehension simmered beneath her carefully veiled contempt. Someone had clearly unsettled the usually poised envoy, enough to concede to protection she patently resisted. "I'll match your stride," he stated concisely. The subsequent hour consisted of meticulously reviewing enhanced security measures and intricate station schematics. Arya's accommodations held a strategically advantageous spot in the diplomatic enclave, featuring redundant escape pathways and fortified defenses, typical safeguards for exceptionally valuable individuals. Yet, an indefinable quality. The setup seemed contrived, almost suspiciously convenient. Initial talks commence tomorrow. Arya detailed the meeting points on a 3D map. A dozen species are present, some locked in decades of conflict. Tensions are bound to escalate. Any specific threats beyond the usual political climate? Her hesitation was momentary, yet telling. Nothing definite. Just anxieties about radical groups against reconciliation. Axel mentally flagged the untruth. Years of experience suggested Arya possessed deeper insights, but pushing now would only stiffen resistance. Undeterred by her reserve, he asserted, "I require access to delegate profiles and station security assessments. Ambassador Corvine will furnish the requisite details. Your current authorization grants standard security privileges, and nothing beyond that." This is yet another impediment calculated to obscure the truth from him. Axel acknowledged this constraint, mentally recording the obstacles materializing around him. Either Arya profoundly doubted humanity's potential, or she guarded clandestine truths surpassing mere diplomatic discussions. The comm system signaled, interrupting the silence. First delegate ships materialized into view. Axel observed elegant vessels connecting with robotic precision, each form mirroring its species' essence. Korhak's sharp angles, Saranar's fluid curves, Turvan Confederacy's formidable armaments. An impactful showcase, he mused. Indispensable maneuvering. Every species had to project power, yet signal flexibility. Arya's voice conveyed seasoned wisdom. The equilibrium is fragile. Axel eyed her image in the viewport glass, observing her posture morphing from regal confidence to a subtly more cautious stance as each vessel docked. Whatever apprehension she harbored was arriving with those delegates. "Madam, one further inquiry regarding the security protocols." "Enough," she retorted, pivoting from the viewport, her amber eyes gleaming with annoyance. "Your sole responsibility is to adhere to my directives and remain unobtrusive. Is that within your capabilities, considering your species' predisposition toward unwarranted independent action?" The barb struck its mark, yet Axel offered only a curt nod. Tomorrow heralded the initial crucial negotiation ahead, a true test of brawn versus brilliance. His temporary role, competent human shield, alert for unseen dangers in this oblivious zone. Delegate ships arrived. The game commences. Diplomatic chamber humming, 12 species poised at the round table. Tension palpable. Axel holds his spot by the wall, ready yet unobtrusive. Morning's inaugural session would define strategies, or mask area reconnaissance, launched with poised grace. Her gilded armor amplified the chamber's soft glow. She acknowledged allies and extended courteous gestures to possible adversaries, diplomacy perfected. Yet Axel observed a subtle pause greeting the Korhak envoy. "Esteemed delegates, welcome." Ambassador Corvine's weathered voice resonated, filling the grand chamber. "These deliberations embody our paramount opportunity for enduring serenity within the Outer Rim domains." Axel keenly observed each representative as Corvine initiated proceedings. The towering Korak delegate, a formidable 8 feet in height, displayed ritualistic scarification upon their scaled hide, a testament to their seasoned warrior status. Lethal in close quarters, yet their tactical predictability stemmed from their species' penchant for unwavering, overt aggression, eschewing intricate strategies. Conversely, the Vex envoy possessed a deceptively human facade, momentarily obscuring their advanced cybernetic augmentations, betrayed only by their unnervingly fluid movements, transformed her into a lethal instrument. Shadow dancers became renowned for ambushing from unforeseen vantage points, leveraging agility and accuracy to dominate adversaries of greater concern. Was the Turvan Confederacy delegate, whose cybernetic enhancements barely masked embedded armaments. Military cyborgs were inept negotiators, but exceptional killers. The territorial conflicts within the Helix Nebula necessitate urgent action. The Zone stated, projecting holographic interfaces existing. Extraction concessions generate conflicting demands, jeopardizing equilibrium. Her presentation was immaculate, yet Axel discerned delegates focusing intensely on her, a predatory gaze assessing prey, the pattern undeniable. During the break, Axel intercepted Station Commander Voss in the nearby corridor. The seasoned commander oversaw Nexus Station's operations with capable expertise, though current events visibly taxed her. "Commander, I require data concerning delegate security screenings. Any irregularities? In their gear or staff?" Voss checked her datapad. Nothing seemed amiss. Standard diplomatic immunity rules applied, so comprehensive scans were restricted. Why the preemptive actions? Had anyone requested alterations to meeting times or sites? Several delegates inquired about crisis protocols and backup paths, standard security prudence, or so I gathered. Not typical, Axel mused. Skilled assassins always scouted escape routes and fallback spots. I'll require transcripts of those inquiries. I'll relay what I'm able to, adhering to diplomatic constraints. Back in the chamber, the second session revolved around trade agreements. Her profound expertise shone through as she expertly negotiated intricate economic relationships between species with drastically different resource needs. However, tension persisted. Delegates subtly adjusted their postures, positioning themselves for clearer views or swift action. The aquatic Saranar delegate remained submerged in his environmental tank, but Axel noticed the creature's tentacles moving in patterns, inconsistent with his verbal statements. Possibly communicating with Confederates, communicated via bioluminescent signals. But the deeply unsettling aspect was the behavioral synchronization amongst seemingly disparate delegates. Nearly imperceptible glances, minuscule postural shifts, and perfectly timed speaking turns suggested either groundbreaking cooperation or a coordinated agenda. Mineral extraction protocols necessitate a comprehensive overhaul, asserted the hegemony representative, his insectoid mandibles clicking with palpable agitation. Present proposals unfairly advantage mammalian species, disregarding established evolutionary precedents. Equitable consideration for all species is paramount. Area's seamless response indicated that resource allocation should mirror pragmatic requirements, transcending biased notions. Her words ignited an amplified, unified reaction. Delegates exchanged furtive glances, subtly shifted stances, and covertly consulted their devices. This pattern was becoming glaring. Axel's comm buzzed with an encoded alert from Voss. Security breach detected. Rendezvous in Admin Bay 7 post-session. The afternoon's proceedings ended with provisional accords on peripheral matters. Core disagreements persisted. As the delegates dispersed, Axel observed their departure choreography. Rather than random exits, they moved in structured sequences. Sequences strategically placed them within the station's vital sectors. "A fruitful day," Arya remarked, entering her quarters, though certain factions remained stubbornly opposed to accord. "Which ones worry you most?" She paused at her door's security panel. The Korak harbor valid grievances regarding mineral rights, while the Turvan Confederacy interprets any agreement as a sign of vulnerability. Standard diplomatic hurdles. Another cautious evasion. Axel resolved to push further. "Ma'am, I've observed peculiar collaboration amongst delegates who should, by all rights, be adversaries. Their conduct proposes mutual goals exceeding negotiation boundaries." Arya's limb paused on the console briefly. Her poised facade faltered, exposing legitimate trepidation. Then she recovered. "Commanding presence," reinstated Axel. "Your interpretation is exaggerated. These individuals are veteran envoys adhering to standard procedures. Veteran envoys don't choreograph restroom visits or harmonize their tablet audits." "Sufficient." Her tone resonated monarchical dominance. "Your obligation is defense, not anxious conjecture. Prioritize tangible dangers, not fictitious schemes." But as she accessed her private chamber, Axel glimpsed her image in the entrance's aria's polished facade, cracked, revealing a silent dread intertwined with a deeper guilt. She possessed crucial knowledge about tomorrow's looming perils. The comm unit chirped incessantly. Commander Voss summoned her for an emergency debriefing regarding an anomaly potentially unraveling the baffling behavior of the 12 species delegates, who now resembled a synchronized, predatory force poised for the final strike. Admin Bay 7 resonated with Nexus Station's life support's subtle pulse as Commander Voss anxiously awaited near a holographic projection. Displaying station blueprints, her typically serene composure fractured, revealing palpable anxiety. "What's the crisis?" Axel inquired, securing the bay's entrance for discretion. 3 distinct anomalies, seemingly insignificant alone, but collectively. Voss masterfully showcased the display, spotlighting delegate residences and conference halls. Initially, peculiar energy signatures emerged from delegate zones, a concerning surge above typical levels. Several chambers exhibit a dramatic energy spike beyond standard life support needs, Voss emphasized. "Note how these chambers trace a perimeter around the diplomatic core. Weapon charging? Communication arrays? That's what deeply unsettles me. Furthermore, my engineering teams discovered microtransmitters in the air ducts surrounding the conference spaces. Cutting-edge tech, virtually undetectable, potentially surveillance or detonation mechanisms, still unidentified. I preemptively deactivated them. Activating alarms, though their placement will soon be detected, Voss brought up another display. Anomaly 3 is most peculiar. Several diplomats sought elaborate station schematics referencing disaster readiness. However, they were primarily concerned about segments unconnected to established escape routes. Axel investigated these requested areas rather than heading towards lifeboats or shuttle docks. These paths developed an intricate labyrinth through upkeep hallways and utility shafts. These avenues would confine an individual within the station's core, not assist their extraction unconditionally, provided evacuation isn't paramount. The ramifications dawned upon Axel. The ambassadors weren't seeking refuge post-onslaught. They were strategically aligning for a concerted offensive, discarding self-preservation, a sacrificial endeavor aimed at an individual deemed worthy of 12 races immolating their envoys. "Commander, quarantine those sectors forthwith. Upkeep, contingency, structural evaluations, anything barring entry." "Already executed, Axel, yet should this materialize?" He mused. Diplomatic immunity meant subtle action was needed, absent definitive proof. He revisited the schematics, etching pivotal junctions and potential bottlenecks into his memory. "Next session in 14 hours, he noted. "The morning's agenda focuses on the most volatile territorial disputes, ideal for a clandestine strike. Maximum friction, delegates strategically positioned, a vulnerable conference chamber with scarce exits." Axel sought Aria in the diplomatic sector, discovering her meticulously reviewing tomorrow's schedule in her suite. She glanced up as he entered, pierced her captivating amber eyes, instantly locking onto his troubled expression. "Something's amiss," she declared, placing her datapad down. "Grave security breaches are evident. I demand complete transparency regarding what you're concealing. Her jawline hardened. I've furnished all pertinent details. The blunt accusation stung, yet Axel persisted. 12 delegates from inimical species don't orchestrate their actions without a common aim. Someone is plotting an assault, and you are the designated victim. Arya rose sharply, striding towards the viewport, her gaze fixed on the station's docking bays. Her reflection betrayed an inner conflict battling her practiced serenity. You grossly underestimate the intricate web of interspecies relations, she declared, her voice laced with finality. Paranoia sabotages diplomatic breakthroughs, yet simultaneously safeguards core values. Axel advanced, analyzing her demeanor. Ma'am, whatever clandestine truth you guard isn't worth sacrificing yourself. Certain truths, she countered, demand any sacrifice. The confession lingered, a volatile presence. Arya instantly regretted her slip, clamping her lips shut, as if attempting to retract the words. What truth? Axel inquired softly. She pivoted, her face a composed facade. Nothing relevant to your responsibilities. Prioritize tomorrow's procedural protocols. Her prior blunder exposed it all. Arya wasn't merely a diplomat. Her demise would significantly benefit numerous species. The peace talks were either a facade for a planned assassination or a calculated trap to draw the true target into the light. Axel's comm signaled an encrypted message from Ambassador Corvain. Private audience essential. Pressing diplomatic urgency. I must consult with the ambassador, Axel stated to Arya. Lockdown protocols activated until my return. Absolutely no visitors. Ma'am isn't necessary. Frankly, someone desires your death vehemently enough to jeopardize 12 diplomatic envoys. Incredible. Something in his tone seemed to pierce her resolute facade. She conceded with a reluctant nod, enabling her quarters' fortified security protocols. Corvion's office, nestled within the station's most impregnable diplomatic zone, was shielded by layered barrier systems and signal inhibitors. The aged Zephyrian, positioned behind his desk, appeared unnerved, his typical composure shattered by palpable disquiet. Axel, we urgently need to address tomorrow's predicament, he started, abruptly. The negotiations have escalated to an extremely perilous level. Intelligence indicates a plot to assassinate Ariel Corvine. Corvine's stunned expression confirmed. Axel's apprehensions lingered. Forget it. Yes, intel points to a focused campaign against her. But why? What elevates a mere envoy to a target worth endangering 12 species and their delegates? The ambassador's facade faltered, revealing a carefully crafted deception. Her profound grasp of border conflicts positions her as a prime objective for radical groups. Axel scrutinized the Zephyrian elder, spotting the familiar remorse mirrored in Arya's eyes, both guarded truths far eclipsing diplomacy. Protocols, sir. I require absolute candor. Who is she? Truly. Corvine's revelation would dictate whether tomorrow's assembly became a triumphant accord or a devastating bloodbath. Ambassador Corvine's chamber seemed to shrink, heavy with suppressed realities suffocating within its confines. The aged Zephyrian's inner turmoil manifested across his time-worn visage as he deliberated safety versus exigency. What I am about to disclose is confined to this space, he declared solemnly. Its propagation would destabilize 3 sectors and potentially ignite the most cataclysmic interstellar conflict chronicled in our annals. Axel sank into his chair, detecting the somber tone in Corvine's voice, realizing Arya was more than a diplomat. She's the hidden heir to the Zephyrian throne, embedded in diplomacy for safety. Corvine initiated privacy protocols, blanketing the room in static. Her father, Emperor Thaxon, is failing. Arya's rise will dramatically reshape galactic power dynamics. This news illuminated everything Axel witnessed. It became apparent why a dozen species sought her demise. Eliminating the Zephyrian heir would plunge the Empire into succession turmoil, spawning chances for territorial grabs. Strategic expansion and resource procurement. Why risk exposing her whereabouts during these parleys? Corvain's countenance grew grim. Intelligence implies her cover was blown via internal breaches. A Zephyrian mole peddled her intel to rival powers. These peace talks are a ruse, but not as you expect. The ambassador gestured at a star chart, stating, "We anticipated the assassination attempt. We've been aware for some time." Axel started to piece it all together, like weapon components assembling. You're leveraging her as bait. The Empire grapples with multifaceted threats. Marauders plague the Outer Rim. Turvan's expansionism. Korak asserts territorial demands, and countless minor skirmishes deplete our reserves. Corvain amplified contested zones by permitting the assassination attempt to proceed. We can pinpoint and neutralize antagonistic leadership via a single synchronized offensive, albeit jeopardizing the heir's life. Arya volunteered for this undertaking, despite our objections. She's convinced exposing our enemy's readiness to contravene. Diplomatic immunity could rally all species against them. Corvine's tone held fatherly concern beneath professional calm. The scheme hinges on her surviving the assault, convincingly appearing fragile. Axel scrutinized the star map, grasping the profound ramifications. Should Arya survive an assassination attempt amidst peace talks, the responsible species would encounter swift penalties and potential military conflict. The Zephyrian Empire would secure both moral high ground and grounds for forceful reactions to border disagreements. Officially, deliver ample protection while projecting a convincingly human, yet moderately skilled persona. Unofficially, ensure her survival, whatever the sacrifice. Operation success hinges on her safety being attributed to superior human tactics, not Zaharian intervention. This political chess match impressed Axel, leveraging a human shield masked Zephyrian influence, framing her rescue as allied ingenuity, a diplomatic triumph concealed by feigned weakness. How many assassins our intel indicates, 12 each species vying for land against us, represented, they'll synchronize their strike at tomorrow's AM assembly, when Area delivers final territorial resolutions. Armaments classified. Methods varied. Each assassin will employ their species-favored combat styles, Korak. Raw power. Vex advanced cybernetics, Turvan cutting-edge weaponry, Corvine known tactical blueprints. No defense survives. This stratagem must neutralize all 12 threats at once. Axel scrutinized the assassin dossiers, identifying the complex threat landscape. Conventional bodyguarding, geared towards singular threat neutralization or crowd suppression, is insufficient. Confronting 12 coordinated specialized combatants demands flexible, innovative thinking beyond typical protection detail capabilities. Is Arya aware of the intel breach? She knows her cover is blown, but not our plan to let the assault unfold. Her reactions need to appear authentic. fooling onlookers into believing the Empire was completely blindsided. Arya would confront a deeper deception: a dozen assassins, thinking her a casualty of an intel mishap, not the linchpin of a grand political play. Her palpable fear would amplify the propaganda's impact. Ambassador, this hinges on my ability to fend off 12 coordinated assaults while projecting vulnerability. What if I falter? Corvine's visage darkened. Then the Zephyrian Empire forfeits its airspace, and 3 sectors plummet into a devastating conflict, costing billions of lives, shattering peace talks. Territorial disputes may erupt into outright war, shattering humanity's already questionable tactical prowess. The gravity was immense. Axel's triumph or downfall would dictate Arya's very existence and the fragile political equilibrium of numerous star systems. Minimal pressure, naturally. I require thorough station blueprints and immediate delegate location tracking. Prepped and sent encrypted files directly. Furthermore, we've engineered subtle environmental enhancements, refined lighting, crucial equipment staging, and precision-tuned acoustics. For auditory perception thresholds, and should the delegates discern these adjustments, the alterations should seem like routine diplomatic suite setups. Corvine, his formidable presence casting long shadows on the holographic screen, stated, "Axel, grasp the immensity of our request. Tomorrow's occurrences will be meticulously documented and dissected by every influential entity in the galaxy. Your showing will either catapult humanity's standing in galactic affairs or substantiate lingering extraterrestrial doubts regarding your species' capacities." Absolutely no stress, Axel mused. Merely the trajectory of human-alien diplomacy, interstellar harmony, and the safeguarding of a royal lineage hinging on his capacity to neutralize a dozen synchronized assailants concurrently. One last inquiry, Ambassador. What warranted my selection for this mission? For the first time, Corvine's grin radiated sincere affection. It's because humankind's strategic flexibility represents the wild card our adversaries are unable to foresee or neutralize. They've accounted for Zephyrian brawn, technological dominance, and standard protective protocols, but they are completely unprepared for human ingenuity in the face of extreme adversity. Tomorrow would critically test that theory, with Ariel's life precariously balanced. The final negotiation session dawned with Nexus Station's artificial lighting mimicking sunrise. Axel finalized his gear check, scrutinizing updated intel. 3 additional microtransmitters neutralized, proving delegates surveilled security responses instantaneously. Arya appeared, adorned in regal diplomatic attire that amplified her inherent royal presence despite the elaborate charade obscuring her real persona. The exquisite golden armor's debut hinted at defense, but offered scant protection against a focused assassination. "You seem unusually strained," she remarked, noticing his meticulous, almost frantic routine. "Pivotal day for lasting peace," Axel responded cautiously. The devastating truth: she was unknowingly stepping into a carefully orchestrated assassination plot intended to ignite interstellar conflict, threaten to unravel her poise, and sabotage the mission's integrity. They proceeded towards the diplomatic chamber through corridors that felt subtly altered despite appearing identical. Axel's heightened senses detected minute nuances: adjusted air currents impacting acoustics, refined lighting generating tactical obscurity, even nuanced carpet textures affecting combat mobility. The Zephyrians meticulously prepped the arena under a convincing diplomatic facade. Astonishing foresight, contingent on their human asset fulfilling crucial strategic mandates. Ambassador Corvine exudes confidence. "Today's results," Ariel noted near the chamber's entrance. "Diplomatic breakthroughs are within reach," Axel posited, pondering how much she perceived of the day's real objectives. The chamber teemed with the anticipated delegates. Each species envoy assumed their designated spot around the round table. Yet Axel detected subtle strategic shifts to maximize offensive capabilities, a choreography honed through rigorous practice. "We shall now resolve the most fiercely contested territorial claims," Ariel declared, initiating the central holographic interface. "The proposals we unveil today are the culmination of months of rigorous analysis and strategic alignment." She commenced her presentation with signature finesse, delineating refined boundary adjustments and resource allocation frameworks that catered to each species. Paramount needs, a testament to diplomatic artistry, typically requiring weeks of painstaking negotiation. However, the delegates were oblivious to her eloquence, instead fixated on her subtle gestures, mapping her location against the chamber's strategic points. Calibrating their internal clocks for synchronized execution, Axel tallied heartbeats as he surveilled. 12 distinct threat vectors. The Korhak delegates' breathing pattern signaled a pre-battle adrenaline rush. The Vex Shadow Dancers' cybernetic enhancements initiated activation protocols. The Turvan representatives' augmented limbs powered up concealed weapon systems. Mineral extraction protocols demanded complete consensus. Aria remained oblivious to her impending doom. Each species pledged adherence to redefined borders and collaborative extraction technologies. The opportune strike would unfold amidst the vote, protocol demanding she occupy the chamber's heart, soliciting formal replies. Peak vulnerability, scant defense, ideal assassination setup. "Prior to final tallies," Ambassador Corvine declared from his station, "any lingering inquiries regarding these accords?" This marked the final window for civil exchange before a coordinated murder masked as civic dissent. Axel's physique coiled, threat evaluations surging through his tactical mind as the hegemony delegate rose. His insectoid claw. A crucial point concerns enforcement. Absent external military force, how are infractions handled? A valid question affording ideal repositioning, as Area detailed enforcement protocols. The 12 delegates imperceptibly transitioned into peak assault configuration, a layered ring with intersecting firing arcs, timed to decisively overpower any foe. "Military action signals diplomatic breakdown," Area asserted. "Enforcement hinges on economic stimuli and collaborative oversight, not." With assertive intent, the aquatic Sinar Envoy's container shimmered with vibrant bioluminescent patterns. A countdown Axel immediately deciphered from xenobiology intel. 10 seconds to synchronized engagement. The Korak delegate's battle-worn hide pulsed with anticipation. "Let's advance to the climactic voting arena," Axel announced, stepping towards the room's core as dictated. 12 alien eyes locked onto her with fierce, calculating stares, their hands subtly inching towards hidden arms that had astonishingly evaded security. The initial vote concerns mineral allocation. "Extraction rights within the Helix Nebula," she proclaimed, her voice resonating through the chamber with seasoned command. The delegates' collective breath aligned in anticipation of united action. Axel's tactical system charted assault trajectories and computed prime defensive strategies, while adrenaline elevated his senses to extraordinary sharpness. Weapons shed their cover in blurs, imperceptible to ordinary eyes, yet starkly clear to combat-honed reflexes. A dozen unique offensive maneuvers initiated as one. Advanced projectile weaponry, focused energy beams, potent toxin darts, cutting-edge cybernetic augmentations, and bizarre extraterrestrial technologies, all meticulously engineered to guarantee instantaneous target obliteration. Arya's eyes widened, consumed by palpable terror as the diplomatic chamber morphed into a lethal combat zone. A scream began to coalesce as imminent annihilation loomed from a dozen angles simultaneously. "Zero," Axel declared, transforming the supposedly inescapable onslaught into an opportunity for human tactical genius, honed over eons of predator-prey dynamics, overwhelming alien concepts, processed solitary threats methodically. Human pattern recognition dissected a dozen assault vectors concurrently, crafting holistic protective maneuvers. Time dilated as Axel's amplified battle perception evaluated the strategic landscape. This juncture would mold cosmic governance for eons, and Arya's existence hinged on capacities unmatched in any extraterrestrial race's combat history. The true showdown was imminent. Axel's reality compressed to vectors and cadence as a dozen lethal blows amalgamated upon. Arya's placement spurred his left hand to activate the chamber's failsafe defenses, while his right unleashed his signature weapon. The action, a seamless ballet honed through endless harrowing battles where soldiers confronted impossible threats. A searing beam from the rogue delegate's thermal lance vaporized the space area occupied moments prior, as Axel's forceful shove sent her careening toward the chamber's fortified alcove, and his weapon locked onto the colossal alien's core, unleashing 2 precise rounds. Thoracic plate targeted, but Korthak physiology necessitated a headshot for instantaneous neutralization. "Stay down," he roared, scanning the zone while whirling to engage the Vex Shadow Dancer's cybernetic onslaught. The boosted extraterrestrial shifted with unreal rapidity, her upgraded appendages lashing out where normal human reactions faltered. Axel's preemptive combat protocols charted her trajectory and computed counter-timing before her initial movement concluded. His reinforced gauntlet collided with her cyber-augmented appendage, echoing like fractured tech and Vex innovation. Prioritization of velocity eclipsed resilience. Their skeletal structures disintegrated upon impact with advanced human armor. Turvan's integrated weaponry charged to maximum output, targeting lasers designated Axel's location with lethal precision. Yet human tactical principles emphasized maneuverability over fixed fortifications. Before the energy beams decimated his former position, Axel had evaded behind the reinforced pedestal. "Inconceivable!" the Turvan cyborg exclaimed robotically. "Human reaction time is inadequate to process simultaneous dangers." Axel's retaliatory barrage defied the alien's technological arrogance, proving human reflexes, guided by adaptable tactical insight, could conquer multiple threats. Our pattern recognition, honed from millennia of predator evasion and collaborative hunts, gifted us an uncanny edge. The seemingly insurmountable for alien intellects was merely eons of evolution culminating. The Saranar's water tank unveiled hidden weapon ports, unleashing bioelectric darts intended to paralyze. Axel precisely calculated the trajectory of each deadly payload. Shielded by the conference table, his heightened senses swiftly computed ricochet possibilities and environmental dynamics. A deflected shot from the chamber's sleek wall impacted the tank's vital filtration. The Saranar's desperate struggles against life support failure neutralized another threat. negating direct confrontation. "Abysmal tactical execution," the hegemony delegate hissed, his insectoid physique radiating lethal weaponry capable of breaching typical armor plating. Mandibles vibrated with fierce anticipation as he catapulted across the chamber, a superhuman leap. Had Axel observed the delegate's telltale pre-jump muscle coiling, he'd have subtly repositioned. The alien hurtled headlong into the chamber's emergency fire suppression, ingeniously triggered by Axel's tech tweak, entombing the hegemony delegate in rapidly solidifying polymer, rendering his weaponry useless. Another menace masterfully diffused, leveraging environmental acumen over brute force. Ariel observed from her secluded haven, her luminous amber eyes widened as the human she'd initially deemed insufficient methodically thwarted a synchronized assassination plot that should have annihilated any lone combatant. Her face transformed from sheer terror to utter astonishment as Axel's strategic prowess surpassed all preconceived notions of human potential. "How can this be?" she murmured, bewildered. The surviving delegates were recalibrating their individual assault plans, their initial efforts foiled by human resilience. But Axel understood the ultimate challenge was imminent. Advanced extraterrestrial strategies meticulously crafted to leverage vulnerabilities within humanity, pinpointed via thorough xenobiological assessment. The Voran emissaries' potent psychic talents probed Axel's consciousness, aiming to destabilize human thought processes through invasive neural disruption. While such a mental onslaught would paralyze most races, human brains possessed intrinsic resilience to psychological subjugation. Generations spent thriving in collaborative social structures had indelibly forged an innate resistance to external domination, blunting the anticipated psychic offensive. Left Axel momentarily vulnerable, igniting potent adrenaline surges, amplifying his already sharp tactical instincts. "Your mental fortitude surpasses initial projections," the Vorthon conceded, its tentacled visage contorting with intense focus. "But can you sustain unwavering concentration amidst unrelenting psychic bombardment?" Axel's calculated response provided the immediate answer. Instead of directly resisting the psychic onslaught, he ingeniously weaponized it, transforming the invasive pressure into a precise targeting system. Human resilience transformed defensive necessity into an unexpected offensive advantage. His trusty combat knife found its mark, piercing the Vorthon's central nervous system cluster with unerring accuracy, an attack that psychic defenses proved utterly incapable of thwarting. The creature's psychic onslaught concluded with a guttural choke, sending tremors of dread through the surviving assassins. 8 formidable threats neutralized through adaptive tactics unseen by any alien race. Yet the survivors internalized these defeats, recalibrating their strategies to address unanticipated human proficiencies. The true proving ground of human tactical dominance was imminent as the remaining assassins forsook solo assaults, embracing synchronized maneuvers intended to crush even. Amplified human reflexes, Axel verified ammo reserves and fortified defenses, anticipating ideal reactions to synchronized threats. This chamber was now a crucible where human tactical adaptation would either cement dominance or expose vulnerabilities under intense duress. The sector's continued existence and humanity's interstellar standing hinged on the impending minutes of conflict. The remaining quartet of assassins, learning from their fallen comrades, orchestrated a unified offensive to dominate. Human tactical prowess manifests through concurrent, multi-vector operations, reflecting professional resilience under duress, precisely the scenario Axel sought to evade. The Corvan delegates unleashed sonic weaponry, crafting harmonic resonances to destabilize human inner ear equilibrium, incapacitating, yet not lethal. This assault, timed with cruel precision, aimed to expose Axel to subsequent, multi-pronged attacks. However, humanity's evolutionary journey involved thriving amidst environments assaulting multiple senses simultaneously. Axel's rigorous training had steeled him for this. Battle amidst perilous circumstances, vision obscured, hearing impaired, balance destabilized. Warriors incapable of fighting while wounded rarely lived to propagate their lineage. He activated his helmet's sound suppressors, executing a calculated roll away from the sonic weapon's epicenter. The maneuver appeared frantic to outside onlookers, yet Axel strategically exploited the chamber's resonant qualities. The Corvan's amplified sonic wave ricocheted off the chamber's arched surfaces, generating disruptive echoes that transformed the weapon's formidable energy against its user. The delegate's cranial crest imploded as harmonics, engineered to cripple humans, ironically amplified within the Corvan's skeletal structure. With only 3 assassins left, the odds tilted favorably, yet the remaining survivors embodied the gravest dangers, species renowned for their lethal prowess across numerous galaxies. The Drakari delegate unfurled his leathery wings, capable of warping gravity fields, deflecting projectiles, and rendering standard weaponry ineffective. This formidable talent secured his species' supremacy over 3 star clusters. Mastering gravity demanded anticipated precision for impact. Axel didn't hesitate, instantly analyzing the Drari. Projectile predictability was for lesser species. He targeted the delicate membranes of the wings, recognizing biological limitations, energy demands, focus, and refractory periods. The Dra'ari smirked contemptuously, lifted off the ground, bolstered by its formidable power, and raised a hand. Vice-like grip crushed the conference table, a polished obsidian composite slab, warping it as though a colossal unseen force squeezed it. The Drakari wasn't targeting Axel outright. It methodically dismantled his sanctuary. "Your kind veils itself within constructs," the Drakari's voice boomed, a parched, grating resonance akin to stone devouring stone. "Let's observe your resilience, exposed and vulnerable." Axel's mind churned, strategizing frantically. Projectiles were ineffective, melee combat suicidal against a soaring adversary capable of amplifying gravity. He needed environmental manipulation, a challenge beyond the Drakari's singular prowess. His gaze darted to the viewport, triple-layered, durasteel reinforced against micrometeoroids, yet vulnerable to the station's internal systems. As the Drakari postured, dominating the conference, table contorted into a pretzel of pulverized stone and twisted metal. Axel bolted towards an emergency access wall panel. He hammered his palm on the release, revealing a firefighting and emergency override console. The Drakari's multifaceted eyes locked onto him, keenly observing his actions. It altered its gravitational pull, the floor plating beneath Axel's boots creaking ominously, threatening to buckle and ensnare him. But Axel was already in motion, the servos of his combat suit whirring loudly as they struggled against the intensified pressure. He moved with lightning speed, not recoiling from the force, but harnessing it, using it to his advantage. The warped floor became a treacherous ramp, propelling him sideways. He slammed into the console with all his might, fingers dancing across the controls. Not an engineer, but security overrides were familiar. He located the external shutter command. Colossal armored plates meant to isolate the diplomatic sector in case of catastrophic breach. "A futile act," the Drari hissed, ascending. "Sealing us in won't preserve you." Axel strained, inputting the final command. "Sealing you out." A profound, shuddering groan resonated through the deck. Immense emergency shutter initiated its descent over the viewport. The Drari cocked its head. Puzzled, Axel unleashed his secondary command. Emergency depressurization override, targeting the observation gallery. Station alarms erupted, but fate had sealed itself. With breathtaking speed, the gallery's air was expelled into the void. This cataclysmic pressure variance transformed the viewport into a critical vulnerability. It stubbornly resisted for a suspended moment, then fractured. Erupting outwards in a crystalline supernova of duraglass fragments, the Drari, ensnared in the instantaneous tempest of venting atmosphere, was wrenched savagely toward the rupture. Its wings thrashed desperately, conjuring potent gravitational fields to secure its position. For a fleeting instant, it persevered, a maelstrom of spiraling air and wreckage coalescing around it. This became a fierce confrontation of volition against the implacable principles of physics, precisely the juncture Axel anticipated. With the Drakari wholly consumed by battling the decompression, Axel targeted not the extraterrestrial directly, but at the ceiling directly overhead was the target. A solitary, expertly aimed shot from his sidearm detonated a high-pressure conduit for the fire suppression system. The pipe violently burst, unleashing a hypervelocity torrent of inox foam. The foam itself was inconsequential. The sheer velocity was the key. This forceful blast hammered the Drari from above, a shockingly powerful kinetic blow that shattered its focus and severed its gravitational tether. A chilling shriek of fury and panic, instantly consumed by the void, marked the delegate's abrupt expulsion from the chamber into the frigid abyss of space. The emergency shutter slammed down, sealing the rupture and silencing the blaring alarms. Peripheral flickers of relentless assassins snared Axel's gaze, a heat haze mirage by the intricately carved Zahirian wall. No heat source existed, yet his tactical display unveiled a shape beyond visual perception. Elusive silicate crystalline life forms, their light-refracting bodies crafted near-perfect camouflage, while formidable biology defied energy assaults. Weapons that phased through their forms, or were nullified by their crystalline structures. A hail of imperceptible, razor-edged fragments tore through the space Axel occupied moments before, embedding in the distant wall with sickening thuds. Each shard could amputate a limb. Axel dove behind the ruined table, his thoughts racing. He couldn't shoot what he couldn't lock onto. Close combat meant certain dismemberment. The arena had to shift. He needed to rewrite the terms of engagement. Unseen scene, his gaze swept the chamber, meticulously registering each element. The collapsed representatives, the scattered wreckage, the spray from the burst conduit. The fluid still trickled from above. It was a reckless, nearly deranged notion. He glanced at Arya, still recoiling in the alcove, her expression a study in shocked wonder. "Remain there. Do not stir," he ordered. He surged from concealment, not evading the slicer, but directly advancing towards its last designated location. Splinters whizzed through the atmosphere surrounding him, one scraping his pauldron with an acute screech of strained plating. He disregarded the contact, his concentration unwavering. He sprinted toward the partition. Then, at the crucial moment, instead of striking, he leaped. His mag boots locked onto the metallic wall beside the carvings, and he ascended, defying gravity. The silicate, expecting a ground assault, was briefly disoriented. That's all Axel required. He reached the breached fire suppression line and, with his combat knife, forcefully widened the rupture, unleashing a torrent of white foam downwards, engulfing the assassin's hiding place. The impact was immediate, the dense white foam adhering to the assassin's crystalline physique emerged in breathtaking, dripping detail, a terrifyingly exquisite being of sharp angles and geometric planes. Its camouflage failed, resembling a statue coated in wet plaster. The silicate shrieked in fury, unleashing another volley of shards, but Axel now pinpointed their source. He swiftly dodged, his weapon already active. The kinetic rounds, fueled by pure force, didn't rely on energy. Initial shots bounced harmlessly off the dense form, but Axel? He recalibrated his sights, pinpointing the nexus points where its extremities fused with its core. A piercing shriek reverberated as a limb atomized into crystalline shards. Crippled, its cloaking and agility vanished. Before it could react, Axel's subsequent volleys struck true, felling the beast. Its luminescence faded, leaving only inert crystal foam. An oddly saccharine fragrance permeated the atmosphere, sickeningly sweet, yet alluring. Immediately, Axel's suit issued a blaring crimson alert. Biohazard alert. Neurotoxin. The ultimate assassin. The Nox wasn't merely solid, it was a cloud, a mesmerizing, semi-sentient mist of psychoactive neurotoxins. Death came not through brute force, but through a breath. It lingered, subtly permeating the chamber's atmosphere, undetected until reaching critical levels, immune to bullets, punches, or vacuum expulsion. Axel's helmet automatically sealed, activating a heads-up display revealing the toxin's escalating concentration. Minutes remained, possibly less, before it overwhelmed his suit's microfilters. But the zone remained vulnerable. He glanced toward the alcove. The gas, being heavier than air, started pooling on the floor, slithering toward her. Her hand clamped over her mouth, her eyes magnified with a fresh, visceral terror. This was an enemy impervious to strategy or weaponry. "Area up! Onto the pedestal now!" Axel's voice crackled urgently through the suit's external comms. The noxious cloud seemed to solidify, swirling with a sinister awareness as it detected its prey's exposed state. It started to actively advance toward her. Ariel, jolted from her stupor, clambered atop the conference table's wreckage, gaining a crucial few feet above the encroaching gas. Yet this was merely a fleeting respite as the fumes continued their relentless ascent. Axel's mind beset, a tempest of last-ditch strategies, knowing he couldn't revent the chamber without fatally endangering Area, nor could he risk igniting the gas, its unknown composition potentially yielding an even deadlier byproduct. His only recourse was containment or neutralization, a fact underscored by his tactical readout highlighting He manipulated the room's integrated environmental console, recalling past experiences. Increasing air circulation would only accelerate the toxin's spread. Temperature was the key. Nox, being a gas, was vulnerable to temperature and pressure changes. "Hold your breath as long as humanly possible," he roared, already dashing towards the emergency console. With a forceful slam, he bypassed the standard settings. plummeting the chamber's temperature to its absolute minimum and engaging the emergency cooling system. Liquid nitrogen surge employed for rapidly suppressing catastrophic data core blazes. Ceiling vents hissed open, unleashing a frigid cryogenic cloud vastly colder than neurotoxin. Temperature plummeted, metal creaked, instant frost coated surfaces. The gaseous Nox assassin reacted as the chilling nitrogen engulfed it, inducing a phase transition. The swirling mist condensed, solidified, flash freezing into a breathtaking, lethal sculpture. Delicate airborne ice crystals hung suspended before gravity asserted its dominion. The solidified neurotoxin, once gaseous, descended and fractured like fragile glass, a noiseless, inactive blanket of lethal frost. The chamber remained hushed. Only the emergency climate controls drone and Axel's labored breathing within his helmet broke the silence. Below, a landscape of complete ruin. The corpses of 11 assassins mingled with the icy remains of the 12th, strewn across the debris. Deliberately, Axel moved to the room's core, retracting his helmet. The air bit with cold, yet felt pure. He gazed at Arya, who was. Perched atop the pedestal, she stared, her face an enigma. Frost kissed her radiant hair, and her gilded armor blazed in the frigid light. The esteemed diplomat, the prospective empress, who once perceived only his stature, now spoke, her voice quivering, not with trepidation, but with the biting cold and the sheer magnitude of the spectacle she had beheld. "Is it truly finished?" she inquired. Axel cast a final gaze across the devastation. "It's concluded, Your Majesty," he affirmed, his tone subdued yet resolute. "The parleys are done." The massive blast doors to the diplomatic chamber screeched open, and heavily armored station security forces surged in, weapons at the ready. They halted abruptly, their rigorous training insufficient to prepare them for the carnage before them. Scattered bodies, utter devastation, and a lone, unarmored human standing serenely amidst it all. Behind them, Ambassador Corvine advanced, his face a canvas of dark satisfaction. He dismissed the security team with a gesture and approached Arya, who was being assisted from the wrecked table by a medic. "Are you injured, Your Highness?" "No harm done," he inquired, his voice subdued and laced with reverence. Arya demurred, enveloping herself further in a thermal blanket. Her gaze remained fixed on Axel, the unexpectedly diminutive hero who had, against all odds, vanquished a score of the galaxy's most formidable assassins. "No, Ambassador," she affirmed, her voice regaining its timbre. "I am unscathed, thanks to him." Corrin concurred with a nod, his eyes pivoting to Axel, a performance officer of peerless caliber, precisely the outcome envisioned. Axel felt a surge of icy indignation. "Envisioned? You cast her into a den of 12 assassins, Ambassador. The scheme was audacious." "The scheme proved triumphant," Corrin amended, a subtle smile gracing his lips. He motioned towards a hovering datapad held by an assistant. The entire spectacle was disseminated across a protected channel, witnessed by every significant power within the Alliance, every impartial system, and every adversary of the Zephyrian Empire. They all observed a brazen, dishonorable assassination attempt during a peace summit. And they witnessed its utter collapse, not due to a Zaharian royal guard. Guards, yet Arya, emboldened by a human ally, advanced, her gaze unwavering on Axel. The initial disdain had dissolved, now supplanted by profound respect, awe, and a touch of shame. "You were aware," she declared to Corvine, a statement, not an inquiry. You were aware they were pursuing me, and you permitted it. A vital deception, Your Highness, Corvine responded softly. One you embraced, even without comprehending every detail. Your valor today has fortified the Empire for decades to come. Aria's gaze shifted back to Axel, advancing a step, brushing aside medics and security, establishing a perimeter. She stood before him, truly seeing him, not just his imposing stature. You led me to perceive you as merely a competent bodyguard, she murmured. Standard mission parameters, ma'am, Axel responded, his tone precise, yet his eyes hinted at shared emotions. My people possess an adage, Aria declared, her voice imbued with newfound authority, the voice of a future ruler, the loftiest peak. While the biggest celestial body casts the longest shadow, the densest star possesses the truest power. I underestimated you, Axel. I mistakenly equated size with might. She extended her graceful fingers, pausing briefly before gently tracing the scorch mark on his shoulder armor, a memento of the Silicate's shard. I am indebted to you for my very existence. You owe me absolutely nothing, ma'am. I was simply performing my duties, he replied. She demurred, her gaze unwavering. You transcended mere duty. You reminded the galaxy of a forgotten truth. You illuminated the boundless potential inherent in humanity. Later, within the pristine confines of the station's command center, Axel stood. Corvane and Commander Voss, engrossed in the battle's replay on the grand display, witnessed stark, savage, and stunning footage. From countless perspectives, the combat unfolded, a virtuoso demonstration of battlefield ingenuity. The political fallout is already substantial, Voss remarked, her tone laced with professional respect. The Turvan Confederacy has withdrawn its envoy, alleging their representative was a lone operator. The Korhak High Council convenes in crisis mode, its warrior ranks fractured. As for the hegemony, their silence speaks volumes, more damning than any explicit condemnation. Corvine concurred, eyes fixated on the screen. Axel's holographic display weaponized the chamber's acoustics, obliterating the Corvine delegate's skull. Humanity's standing in the Alliance skyrocketed 1,000-fold. Inquiries for human tactical consultants and protection teams inundate my office. They crave not just warriors, but brilliant minds, ingenious troubleshooters. Axel observed his on-screen self with dispassionate scrutiny. He discerned the intricacies, the snap judgments, the lightning-fast computations culminating in triumph. He'd been underestimated, a misjudgment he masterfully exploited as his ultimate leverage. Each alien in that chamber possessed a distinct, formidable expertise. Korak berserkers, Vex shadow dancers, Drakari gravity wielders. They were potent, yet their tactics were anticipated, their combat narrow. Conversely, humanity had ascended the perilous food chain of a brutal planet through versatility. They could sprint, scale, navigate water, strategize, construct, and collaborate. This unparalleled adaptability, almost a legendary capability, had become a forgotten asset in the sterile, specialized realm of interstellar conflict. So what unfolds next? Axel inquired, pivoting away. Breaking news! Corvine announces Princess Aria's triumphant return to Zephyr for coronation. Her reign is now secure, enemies vanquished. The durable peace she architects will be built upon her unwavering bravery and our steadfast alliance. Moreover, she formally requests you to helm her royal guard permanently." The weight of the offer lingered. To lead the royal guard for the future empress. A role of unparalleled influence and esteem, wielding the power to shape destiny. It's the ultimate accolade the Empire can grant a non-Zarian Corvine. Axel's jaw hardened. He surveyed the screen, the devastation, then the countenances of Corvine and Voss. This signaled the mission's culmination. His programming, his very core urged him to submit the report and proceed to the next looming danger. Yet for the first time, the prospect of that next threat felt utterly hollow. Before words could escape him, the command center doors parted, revealing Arya, now adorned not in majestic armor, but in understated, pragmatic, diplomatic attire. She had undoubtedly sought him out. Their gazes locked, her usual professional detachment dissolving into raw vulnerability, hitting him with unexpected force. "You seem uncertain," she murmured, her voice gentle. "Not a criticism, just an observation." Axel inhaled sharply. "Your Highness, placing a human in charge of the Zephyrian Royal Guard presents significant political hurdles, potentially eroding your standing." "So be it," she retorted, her response immediate. Approaching him, she halted, their proximity revealing flecks of gold within her mesmerizing amber eyes. "Post today, any who dare challenge my sovereignty are utter imbeciles." The conundrum isn't about governance, Axel, but rather the implications that lie ahead. With a slight head tilt, the horns adorning her temples appeared less symbolic of otherworldly regality and more integral to the woman he was gradually understanding. "Does your destiny truly reside on the fringes, perpetually battling infernos? Or is it time to forge something enduring alongside the one you rescued?" His throat constricted. "My reality is shaped by brutality and instantaneous choices, while yours revolves around constructing a future. Those paths are divergent." "You're mistaken," she breathed, extending her hand, not to his armor, but to him, her elegant, cool fingers lacing through his. "Today, you didn't just deliver destruction. You gifted me a future. Our future, should you desire it." Gazing at their intertwined hands, she continued, "I was foolish to believe I required a behemoth, a figure of imposing stature to safeguard me. I now understand I don't need a giant. I need the man who understands that genuine strength lies not in physical dominance. I need you." Lifting her gaze, her soul reflected in her eyes, she implored, "I'm asking you to remain, Axel, not as commander of my guard, nor merely as my protector." A delicate, rosy hue graced her cerulean cheeks as my partner's professional barriers crumbled under the weight of my words. His tactical mind stilled, replaced by raw emotion. He gazed at her, shedding the roles of client and princess, seeing instead a luminous, courageous soul offering him not just a residence, but a profound calling beyond mere combat. With a voice thick with feeling, he responded, "Yes." Behind them, Ambassador Corvine shared a knowing, genuinely pleased smile with Commander Voss. "Indeed," the seasoned diplomat mused, observing Zephyr's future empress and her human companion. "I dare say this marks the Alliance's most triumphant diplomatic achievement to date." "You're far too diminutive to serve as my protector," she quipped, moments before he repelled a dozen assailants. Axel's boots resonated across the gleaming metal deck as he neared the diplomatic suites on Nexus Station. The corridor throbbed with alien chatter concerning commerce lanes and boundary disagreements, yet his attention stayed riveted on the elaborate portal ahead. Ambassador Corvine had underscored the mission's gravity, albeit with deliberate ambiguity regarding its core purpose. The doorway glided open, unveiling a figure that momentarily stunned Axel, even after his extensive career. Arya stood with her back. Match our adversary's physical prowess. Axel maintained a composed demeanor, though her skepticism bothered him. At 5'9", with a sturdy build, he grasped her apprehension. Zephyrian warriors typically stood 7 feet tall, possessing bone density rivaling tanks, yet past underestimation proved advantageous. Ma'am, I've assessed your security blueprint. These looming threats necessitate cunning strategies, exceeding mere brawn. He indicated the star charts. These peace talks encompass 12 distinct species, each boasting unique combat philosophies. Size is hardly the determining factor. Matter. If they orchestrate their assaults, Ariel's laugh possessed chilling coldness, spoken like someone unacquainted with a Korak berserker or Vex shadow dancer in battle. My people have safeguarded themselves for ages independently of human intervention. Then why am I involved? Her jaw clenched, betraying a fissure in her otherwise serene composure. Political expediency, the Alliance demands human inclusion and security. Discussions she navigated to her desk, graceful fingers flitting over holographic interfaces. But know this, I shall not alter my agenda or procedures due to your shortcomings. If you fail to adapt to diplomatic exigency, request reassignment. Now. Axel scrutinized her actions, pinpointing the subtle rigidity in her posture and the prolonged glances at specific constellations. Apprehension simmered beneath her carefully veiled contempt. Someone had clearly unsettled the usually poised envoy, enough to concede to protection. She patently resisted. I'll match your stride, he stated concisely. The subsequent hour consisted of meticulously reviewing enhanced security measures and intricate station schematics. Arya's accommodations held a strategically advantageous spot in the diplomatic enclave, featuring redundant escape pathways and fortified defenses, typical safeguards for exceptionally valuable individuals. Yet, an indefinable quality. The setup seemed contrived, almost suspiciously convenient. Initial talks commence tomorrow. Arya detailed the meeting points on a 3D map. A dozen species are present, some locked in decades of conflict. Tensions are bound to escalate. Any specific threats beyond the usual political climate? Her hesitation was momentary, yet telling. Nothing definite, just anxieties about radical groups against reconciliation. Axel mentally flagged the untruth. Years of experience suggested Arya possessed deeper insights, but pushing now would only stiffen resistance. Undeterred by her reserve, he asserted, I require access to delegate profiles and station security assessments. Ambassador Corvine will furnish the requisite details. Your current authorization grants standard security privileges, and nothing beyond that. This is yet another impediment calculated to obscure the truth from him. Axel acknowledged this constraint, mentally recording the obstacles materializing around him. Either Arya profoundly doubted humanity's potential, or she guarded clandestine truths surpassing mere diplomatic discussions. The comm system signaled, interrupting the silence. First delegate ships materialized into view. Axel observed elegant vessels connecting with robotic precision. each form mirroring its species' essence. Korhak's sharp angles, Saranar's fluid curves, Turvan Confederacy's formidable armaments. An impactful showcase, he mused, indispensable maneuvering. Every species had to project power, yet signal flexibility. Arya's voice conveyed seasoned wisdom. The equilibrium is fragile. Axel eyed her image in the viewport glass, observing her posture morphing from regal confidence to a subtly more cautious stance as each vessel docked. Whatever apprehension she harbored was arriving with those delegates. Madame, one further inquiry regarding the security protocols. Enough, she retorted, pivoting from the viewport, her amber eyes gleaming with annoyance. Your sole responsibility is to adhere to my directives and remain unobtrusive. Is that within your capabilities, considering your species' predisposition toward unwarranted independent action? The barb struck its mark, yet Axel offered only a curt nod. Tomorrow heralded the initial crucial negotiation ahead, a true test of brawn versus brilliance. His temporary role, competent human shield, alert for unseen dangers in this oblivious zone. Delegate ships arrived. The game commences. Diplomatic chamber humming, 12 species poised at the round table. Tension palpable. Axel holds his spot by the wall, ready yet unobtrusive. Morning's inaugural session would define strategies or mask area reconnaissance, launched with poised grace. Her gilded armor amplified the chamber's soft glow. She acknowledged allies and extended courteous gestures to possible adversaries, diplomacy perfected. Yet Axel observed a subtle pause greeting the Korhak envoy. Esteemed delegates, welcome. Ambassador Corvine's weathered voice resonated, filling the grand chamber. These deliberations embody our paramount opportunity for enduring serenity within the Outer Rim domains. Axel keenly observed each representative as Corvine initiated proceedings. The towering Korak delegate, a formidable 8 feet in height, displayed ritualistic scarification upon their scaled hide, a testament to their seasoned warrior status. Lethal in close quarters, yet their tactical predictability stemmed from their species' penchant for unwavering, overt aggression, eschewing intricate strategies. Conversely, the Vex envoy possessed a deceptively human facade, momentarily obscuring their advanced cybernetic augmentations, betrayed only by their unnervingly fluid movements, transformed her into a lethal instrument. Shadow dancers became renowned for ambushing from unforeseen vantage points, leveraging agility and accuracy to dominate adversaries of greater concern. Was the Turvan Confederacy delegate, whose cybernetic enhancements barely masked embedded armaments. Military cyborgs were inept negotiators, but exceptional killers. The territorial conflicts within the Helix Nebula necessitate urgent action, the zone stated, projecting holographic interfaces. Existing. Extraction concessions generate conflicting demands, jeopardizing equilibrium. Her presentation was immaculate, yet Axel discerned delegates focusing intensely on her, a predatory gaze assessing prey, the pattern undeniable. During the break, Axel intercepted Station Commander Voss in the nearby corridor. The seasoned commander oversaw Nexus Station's operations with capable expertise, though current events visibly taxed her. Commander, I require data concerning delegate security screenings. Any irregularities? In their gear or staff. Voss checked her datapad. Nothing seemed amiss. Standard diplomatic immunity rules applied, so comprehensive scans were restricted. Why the preemptive actions? Had anyone requested alterations to meeting times or sites? Several delegates inquired about crisis protocols and backup paths. Standard security prudence, or so I gathered. Not typical, Axel mused. Skilled assassins always scouted escape routes and fallback spots. I'll require transcripts of those inquiries. I'll relay what I'm able to, adhering to diplomatic constraints. Back in the chamber, the second session revolved around trade agreements. Her profound expertise shone through as she expertly negotiated intricate economic relationships between species with drastically different resource needs. However, tension persisted. Delegates subtly adjusted their postures, positioning themselves for clearer views or swift action. The aquatic Saranar delegate remained submerged in his environmental tank, but Axel noticed the creature's tentacles moving in patterns inconsistent with his verbal statements. Possibly communicating with Confederates, communicated via bioluminescent signals, but the deeply unsettling aspect was the behavioral synchronization amongst seemingly disparate delegates. Nearly imperceptible glances, minuscule postural shifts, and perfectly timed speaking turns suggested either groundbreaking cooperation or a coordinated agenda. Mineral extraction protocols necessitate a comprehensive overhaul, asserted the hegemony representative, his insectoid mandibles clicking with palpable agitation. Present proposals unfairly advantage mammalian species, disregarding established evolutionary precedents. Equitable consideration for all species is paramount. Aria's seamless response indicated that resource allocation should mirror pragmatic requirements, transcending biased notions. Her words ignited an amplified, unified reaction. Delegates exchanged furtive glances, subtly shifted stances, and covertly consulted their devices. This pattern was becoming glaring. Axel's comm buzzed with an encoded alert from Voss. Security breach detected. Rendezvous in Admin Bay, 7 post-session. The afternoon's proceedings ended with provisional accords on peripheral matters. Core disagreements persisted. As the delegates dispersed, Axel observed their departure choreography. Rather than random exits, they moved in structured sequences. Sequences strategically placed them within the station's vital sectors. A fruitful day, Aria remarked, entering her quarters, though certain factions remained stubbornly opposed to accord. Which ones worry you most? She paused at her door's security panel. The Korak harbor valid grievances regarding mineral rights, while the Turvan Confederacy interprets any agreement as a sign of vulnerability. Standard diplomatic hurdles. Another cautious evasion. Axel resolved to push further. But I've observed peculiar collaboration amongst delegates who should, by all rights, be adversaries. Their conduct proposes mutual goals, exceeding negotiation, boundaries. Aria's limb paused on the console. Briefly, her poised facade faltered, exposing legitimate trepidation. Then she recovered. Commanding presence, reinstated Axel. Your interpretation is exaggerated. These individuals are veteran envoys, adhering to standard procedures. Veteran envoys don't choreograph restroom visits or harmonize their tablet audits. Sufficient. Her tone resonated, monarchical dominance. Your obligation is defense, not anxious. Conjecture. Prioritize tangible dangers, not fictitious schemes. But as she accessed her private chamber, Axel glimpsed her image in the entrance's Aria's polished facade, cracked, revealing a silent dread intertwined with a deeper guilt. She possessed crucial knowledge about tomorrow's looming perils. The comm unit chirped incessantly. Commander Voss summoned her for an emergency debriefing regarding an anomaly potentially unraveling the baffling behavior of the 12 species delegates, who now resembled a synchronized predatory force poised for the final strike. Admin Bay 7 resonated with Nexus Station's life support's subtle pulse as Commander Voss anxiously awaited near a holographic projection. Displaying station blueprints, her typically serene composure fractured, revealing palpable anxiety. "What's the crisis?" Axel inquired, securing the bay's entrance for discretion. 3 distinct anomalies, seemingly insignificant alone, but collectively. Voss masterfully showcased the display, spotlighting delegate residences and conference halls. Initially, peculiar energy signatures emerged from delegate zones, a concerning surge above typical levels. Several chambers exhibit a dramatic energy spike beyond standard life support needs, Voss emphasized. Note how these chambers trace a perimeter around the diplomatic core. Weapon charging? Communication arrays? That's what deeply unsettles me. Furthermore, my engineering teams discovered microtransmitters in the air ducts surrounding the conference spaces. Cutting-edge tech, virtually undetectable, potentially surveillance or detonation mechanisms, still unidentified. I preemptively deactivated them. Activating alarms, though their placement will soon be detected, Voss brought up another display. Anomaly 3 is most peculiar. Several diplomats sought elaborate station schematics referencing disaster readiness. However, they were primarily concerned about segments unconnected to established escape routes. Axel investigated these requested areas rather than heading towards lifeboats or shuttle docks. These paths developed an intricate labyrinth through upkeep hallways and utility shafts. These avenues would confine an individual within the station's core, not assist their extraction unconditionally, provided evacuation isn't paramount. The ramifications dawned upon Axel. The ambassadors weren't seeking refuge post-onslaught. They were strategically aligning for a concerted offensive, discarding self-preservation. A sacrificial endeavor aimed at an individual deemed worthy of 12 races immolating their envoys. "Commander, quarantine those sectors forthwith. Upkeep contingency, structural evaluations, anything barring entry." Already executed, Axel. Yet should this materialize,